guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for a sort of like random get ready with me using some new products that I haven't tried yet. So this is not a review, it's not a tutorial because I don't want you to do what I'm about to do. So I was randomly sent some Pixi products in my PO box, and this was from the collab they did with influencers. I'll go through each of the products soon. They had 4 influencers that they collabed with. We talked about this in depth on Beauty News a few months ago, and even though it's been out for a little while, so I'm not going to do like a full review and swatch video on it, I thought, because there's probably plenty of those reviews out there, I just thought I'm going to try them for the first time and let you know what I think. So I'm going to try the makeup products. This is a double sort of cleanse. It's a solid cleanser and then a cleansing cream. And this is the collab with Carolyn Hirons. I really like Carolyn Hirons. She's a really great skincare blogger and she's got a YouTube channel as well. But this is a product that she created with Pixi. She's been a huge endorser of their glow tonic for years and years and years. So that's the product. I haven't actually used it yet. I don't know if you can see it because of the brightness, but it's sort of like a yin yang kind of split, and it's got a cleansing balm and then you cleanse off the balm with the cream, which I think is a really cool concept. So I haven't used that yet, but that's a product. I'll quickly run through the other products as well. They did do 2 palettes with It's Duty Time. So this is called It's Eye Time. Makes sense. So It's Duty Time. She's got a YouTube channel that's like a beauty channel, and then she's also got a really successful family vlog channel. She looks like that. I'm sure we all know what she looks like. So she created this eyeshadow palette and also a lip palette. Now I don't have the lip palette, they didn't send me that, but they did send me the eye palette, and this is what I was most interested in. So I'm really excited to use this. I've not tried it yet, so well, that's exciting. Then they also did, oh, don't drop things. Then they also did sort of like a bronze, no, Strobe and Bronze, so highlighter and bronzer palette with Miriam Maquillage. I'm not familiar with her, but I'm sure a lot of people are, and I'm really excited to try this as well. So it's got 3 shimmery shades, 2 matte bronzers, and then what looks like more of a satin or shimmery bronze. I will swatch these, we'll figure it out. But this is going to be handy as well because it's getting warmer at the moment, and I've started like getting a big kind of fluffy brush and just bronzing my full face because I kind of look like a ghost on camera. So kind of nice bronzing palettes I'm all for at the moment. So I'm going to try this. And then the last one, which is sort of cute, it is with Aspen Novard, and it's a gorgeous blush. So this is, I believe it's called Rome Rose. It's a glowy pink blush. And once again, I do love a glowy blush. A lot of people are like, no, matte, matte, matte. I'm like, give me a little bit of glow. I like a little bit of glow on the cheeks as long as it's not glitter bomb. So I'm excited to try this out as well. So I was randomly sent these, so I don't know the prices off the top of my head, but what I will do is link links down below. I will put details, I will put, you know, prices, I'll list the products. Also in Australia, Pixi has become a lot more easy to buy. You used to be able to order it internationally from the Pixi website, but you'd have to pay for shipping. Now you can get it in stores in Sephora Australia. I know it's not online, so if you don't have a Sephora in your city, you might not be able to get it, but it has come to David Jones. So I think this is probably one of the reasons they sent me this, because these are available in David Jones, and I believe it's online and in store, so they're rolling them out, so it's much easier to get Pixi these days, which is great because Pixi has some great products. Their glow tonic is really, really great. So if you do want like a toner that gently exfoliates your skin, glow tonic will make you glow. It's great. So yeah, that's probably why they sent me these, I gather, I think. Also, if you're in the US, you can get these pretty cheap. I believe they're in your Target. So yeah, Pixi is starting to dominate the world. Before I do continue, I'm going to run through quickly what I've got on my face at the moment. Like I said, I've got the Fenty Beauty foundation, no primer. I'm testing it with no primer. I've put some Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in transparent. That's a staple. Under that, should have showed you in order, I'm not. Shape Tape Concealer, this is in light neutral. So I've just put that a little bit in the corners of my eyes because I look sleepy. Then my brows, I've got a couple of Benefit products. I'm using the Brow in number 2, which is a light shade. It's a light, cool shade, but I find it's a really nice light taupe. And if I'm not, you know, wanting bold brows, this is my favorite one to go for. And then I've sort of just defined the lines inside and sort of defined the tip a little bit with the Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 4, which is the cool medium shade. So that's like a combination I love to use. Then on the lips, I'm using my Too Faced Melted. This is a mini from a Christmas set last year. This is in the shade Chihuahua, so that's what I'm wearing. All right, let's look at the palette first. I'm gonna open it up and show it to you. All right, so it's got shades on the back. So we've got, I'll read it from this way down. So we've got Snowflake, Bubbly, It's Mummy's Life, that's It's Mummy's Life. Then second row we've got Good Morning, Brick, Honey Bear. Third row, Tutu, Getaway, Ping, Dark Chocolate, Oh Snap, and Night Night. Now these are quite large pans. Or are they standard? They look larger than normal, but they do contain 1.2 grams of product. Generally, the MAC eyeshadow pans contain about 1.5, so it's slightly smaller than a normal eyeshadow pan, but I think things like, I think they're the same size as Urban Decay shadow. So you're getting 12 shades, 1.2 grams, and there's a really nice selection of shades. So the packaging is plastic and it's got a clear lid. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but it does say Pixi and it's duty time. So if you're a big fan of any of these influencers, you actually do get their name on it. So even if you take away the box, which has their picture on it and a little bio about them, you do still get the limited edition sort of packaging. So let's have a look. That's the shades there. They're quite warm, they're quite neutral, very, very wearable. There's a mix of mattes and shimmers, so it looks like we've got more of a satin, some really high shimmer, sparkly ones there. Matte, looks like a satin, matte, 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 and then these are kind of, those two are nice shimmers. I love these kind of colors, so I'm really excited about that. And then that one looks like a black with some silver sparkle in it, so that's that palette. It also comes with a little mirror. I'm gonna guess you put it somewhere. I don't know. Ooh, they feel really nice. So I'm just going to swatch a couple on my hand. This is the top row. So I don't know if you can see it properly in this light, but they are like nicely pigmented. So they're quite soft and buttery. They're kind of really shimmery too, which were these two here. It's almost a little bit, you pick up a lot of product when you move your finger in it because it's quite a loose sort of buttery formula. So it's not a firm powdery formula. It kind of, yeah, you can pick up a lot of product, which is quite nice. So that's just an indication of how they swatch. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in. Let's zoom. All right, so we've zoomed you in there and see how it looks like I've got hairs here? I don't, it's the pencil. It's all lies, guys, it's all lies. I'm actually quite bald there. Okay, so I'm going to put a primer on and I'm just going to use the primer that I am trying to use up in my project pan. This is by Kat Von D. It is the Color Correcting Eyeshadow Primer and this shade is medium. So this is a project pan product. You twist it up. I don't love it, but it does work quite well. And I'm just going to draw that on. Now, one thing I have noticed from this palette, which I have noticed is a big kind of thing that's happening a lot these days, it's the same as the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, same as a lot of palettes I've been using, Colourpop palettes, I don't know, Subculture palettes, they all don't have just a matte cream shade. So normally I'd want to set some of this because it's quite a sticky base. And it's good for like gripping eyeshadows, but if you want to blend out eyeshadows, you don't want it to look like it skips, and this doesn't have one. So I have noticed that's a trend. I don't know why. I think it's a staple in every eyeshadow palette, but what I'm going to do, the color that inspires me the most is this one here. Now, angled, that's probably what the colors look like more in real life. That is, there's a lot of light going on. It's an overcast day, it's a shitty day, so I had to put on a lot of lights today. But I'm using that color, and probably it angled is more true to what the colors look like in real life. So we're just going to do a basic everyday kind of eyeshadow look that I would normally do. I don't like to do complicated eyeshadow looks. I'm not a makeup artist. I kind of do the same thing, but just change up colors. And I'm going to use this. It's a Models Prefer. It's a cream eyeshadow brush. It's really cheap. I get them from Priceline. I've got about 5 of them. I like them. So we're going in with this color here, which is Getaway. Let's have a look at it swatched actually. Ooh, yeah, that's gorgeous. That's sort of like a gorgeous, warm, bronzy, coppery color, whatever, red. Ooh, it picks up nicely as well. All right, let's put this baby on. So they're gorgeous. These are, ooh, bit of fallout, that's all right. These are sort of like my favorite look, like colors to put all over the lid. I just think it's really easy, but also really flatters brown eyes. So yeah, that was really easy, really simple. So like I said, because these are very, very soft, they're so easy to pick up with a brush and they blend really nicely onto the eye. So I'm loving this shade. This would be a shade that, you know, if I only use this palette, I would hit pan on it pretty quickly because yeah, this is my favorite sort of shade to wear, and it's perfect for fall, even though it's not coming up to fall in Australia, it is spring. But I know that I've got a lot of US audiences and people from the UK, so, you know, get onto this color for fall. All right, normally if I was just wearing this every day, I'd go in with the same color on the lower lash line, but I want to try a few colors. So I want to try what this one is. This one's Brick, and it looks, this one here, it looks a little bit more satin, or is it matte? No, it's definitely, like, it applies matte, but it's got a slight sheen to it, so it's interesting. So it sort of applies like a matte and acts like a matte, but then it sort of picks up the light a little bit, so I'd call it a satin, and I might apply that on my lower lash line a little bit. This is a slightly smaller brush. This is one of the Tarte unicorn funny looking brushes that came in a pack, so I don't know what it's called. I'm just going to run that all along the lower lash line, and I didn't put any primer on the lower lash line. Whoa, that performs a lot better than I expected. That was easy. Look, that like applied and blended itself like there's no problem. Done. It was on. It was perfect. When you do put your brush in, it does pick up a bit of product. So there will be a bit of fallout with these because they are quite soft, but that also means that they're quite blendable, so I don't hate them. I don't hate them for it. Let's do the other one and see if it's just as easy. Yeah, it blends itself. Oh, beautiful. All right, that was so easy, that was ridiculous. So I'm going to make it a bit more complicated. I'm going to go with the same brush, and I'm going to use a darker shade just for like the outer corner and to deepen the lower lash line. We're going to get more and more creative because these are easy to use. So I'm going to use this dark shimmery shade here. So once again, on an angle, you can probably see the true color. It's that one there. And it is called, I think that one's called Ping. All right, so I've got a little bit on the brush. I'm going to just put it just to deepen the outer corner a little bit. So I'm just patting it, pat, pat, pat. And then I'm going to run the excess along here. Yeah, that fucking blends in super easy. Man, I actually really like this palette. What I also like about this palette is that you've got some like a nice warm caramel sort of like transition matte color, but then you've got like almost a nude pink and then a mauvey purple, and I really love those. I think it can tone down a really warm look, or it can work really well in like cooler weather or with like rosier looks. So I'm going to use this shade here, which I believe is Good Morning. I'm going to use that and blend this out, and then I'm going to deepen the crease a little bit with that one, which I believe is Tutu, that one there. And this brush is a blending brush by Master Makeup by Dean Nixon. So just putting it on there and blending out. Yeah, these blend super well. These are super easy. I picked up just the smallest amount because I wasn't sure how much I needed, so I'll pick up a little bit more. But you can see it definitely shows the color. It's not, doesn't blend away to nothing. It definitely deposits color, but then blends really well. I like it, I like it. I still want something on my brow bone. So I've done this eye and haven't done that eye. You can see that that just adds a bit of warmth. I've just done that one color to start with. But this is a really cool, so you can see that it applies it, but it also blends it out really easily. Then let's just go in on the same brush with that slightly darker one. just to really kind of build up that sort of fade. Alright, so I've blended that out slightly, and now I'm going to go in with the gold up here, which is bubbly, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corner. I'm not a big inner corner highlighter, and if I do, I prefer to go like a gold or a shimmery kind of like copper or something. I don't like the really stark light shades because they just don't really suit me. So this is a really pretty one, and that just went on really easily as well. Oh, and this is an Ecotools Detail Concealer Brush. Yeah, I use whatever I need to use. So that just applies really nicely. Alright, that look was almost too easy. I just want to swatch these two browns down the bottom because they look very similar. I don't know what the difference is. Alright, the bottom one looks more plummy and the top one looks more cool tone brown. I might actually, with this same brush that I've just put the highlighter on, just wipe off some of the highlighter colour and go in with the plum colour, which is this one here. I don't wear this number of shades in an everyday look. I probably use 2 or 3, but you know, this is so easy to use that I'm going to just keep going. So I'm going to just, once again, sort of emphasize that lower lash line a little bit more. And just closer to the lash line, probably put a little bit more as well. Alright, so this is the eye look that I'm going for. I'm going to do my liner and my mascara off camera, and I'll show you the products I'm going to use. Let's just keep it simple, shall we? Alright, so I'm back, and what I put on, I used a liquid liner. I don't really like liquid liner, but all my gel liner brushes are dirty. So I put on the Shiramura. This is the, I don't know what it's called. It's just a liquid liner that you kind of replace the ink in it. Then on my waterline, I used the Rimmel Kohl Kajal pencil in brown, which is like my favorite thing to use on my waterline. And then CoverGirl Clump Crusher with no lashes. So I am tempted to go back in and sort of blur out the liner because it kind of looks too crisp for me. I like it a little bit messier, which is also why I like gel. I might actually do that. Once again, going in with that sort of plummy shade and the same brush that I was using before. Putting quite a lot on my brush. I don't know if that made a difference. A little bit better. Alright, so we're now going to, I want to try the blush first, only because I sort of want to see what the blush looks like on its own without being mixed with bronzers. You can kind of tell what bronzers look like because you can put them on your forehead and stuff, but I really want to see what the blush looks like on its own. So it is gorgeous. It is, you can see it's got a gold sheen to it, but it's got a peachy pink base. Very, very pretty. It looks a lot like NARS Orgasm, and it is quite a soft blush, so you can build it up. You can see it's got quite a sheen. I'm not sure if you can see that from that far or this lighting, but it's got a beautiful pink base with a gold kind of micro glitter in it. So it might be a bit sparkly for my liking, but I don't hate a good sparkle sometimes. Alright, and to apply that, I'm going to use a Morphe M530 brush. Not affiliated. So it is quite a powdery blush. I'm not sure if you can see that it does pick up a bit. It's in the air. So probably not like this has quite firm bristles. It might be better with a softer brush, but you know, let's put them on, shall we? I'm really curious. Oh, so it's very pink. The base is very, very pink. The glow is really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see. I'll just try to, can you see a glow? Can you see a glow? Can you see a glow? Can anyone see a glow? I don't know. This is a type of, it reminds me a little bit of Sleek Rose Gold, where it's got a gorgeous, that one has more of a peachy base, so it's a little bit more orangey looking on the skin, but you really don't need a highlighter with it because it sort of acts like a highlighter and a blush all in one. So let's just put this on. You can see all of a sudden I get some like healthiness in my face, which is nice because I'm looking like a corpse. Can you see? It's gorgeous. So yeah, definitely on a daily basis, like if I was just going to work, I wouldn't put a highlighter on. I would just put this blush on and I'm like, that's enough. That's enough for me. So I like it. So I'm actually really digging that. I think that it's a kind of blush that I would love to wear in summer or the warmer months. You've got a bit of a tan and you just put some like a little pink flush with some glowy skin. I love it. I also tend to use foundations that are quite matte and then I set them quite a lot with powder. So it is quite nice when you have a bit of like a natural glow that's not like in your bloody T-zone. So I like that. That one's going to be one that's coming out in summer for sure. I'm going to wear it a lot. All right, onto the Strobe and Bronze palette, I think it's called. Glow and Bronze, no, God, that's confusing. It's the Strobe and Bronze Glow and Bronze palette. Anyway, so we've got 3 shades. Oh, I forgot to mention this one contains 10.21 grams of product. It's a massive blush. If you like this blush, it will last you, like I'm trying to pan a blush that I think might be 4 grams of product. 5 grams, I don't know, and it's taken me all year. So this would take you, you'd use this for years and years, which is great. So this contains 6 shades and each of them have 1.8 grams of product. So it's a bit bigger than like a big eyeshadow pan, I guess. So we've got here Highline, City Kitty, we've got Empress, Statuesque, Lex and 917 down here. So those are the shades. Let's open it. Opens like a book. That's what it looks like. Once again, probably tilted is what it looks like a bit more accurately than that. It's a bit washed out. I am going to swatch the highlighters and then the bronzers. So let's go gold. This is more, so those are the shades there for the highlighters. This one's quite gold. It's pretty. This one's more cool toned and this one is more, I don't know, like a peachy kind of, looks like champagne pop a little bit. So I'm not sure if you can see them very well, but there's like the gold one and the peachy one sort of look the same. And then that one just looks like a natural sort of like skin color with a slight pinky peach kind of color to it. So it's a lighter one and it probably looks a lot more natural on the skin than the golds, but they have a nice amount of sheen to them and they're not like sparkle. All right, then we have the bronzers. So one of them is more of a satin sort of finish. It doesn't have a sparkle to it, so it's not like a shimmery bronzer, but it definitely would give the face more of a luminescence. So this is the kind of one that you're going with a big fluffy brush and kind of just dust on your face to give it a bit of a healthy glow. This is a deeper one that's matte and it's more of a contour one. So it's got more of a cool tone base. It's almost got a little bit of a green base to it, which is really good because like deeper sort of cool tone green shades tend to look a little bit more natural and less orange than some of the orange bronzers. Then we have another matte one. This did look a little bit orange in the pan, but I think it's a nice soft sort of contour for either fairer skin or if you want to, you know, not really carve out a contour. So you've got sort of 2 contouring shades and then one sort of nice luminescence sort of one. All right, I'm going to go in with the lighter one to kind of contour a little bit. This one looks a little bit deep for me and I'm a bit scared of contouring. So I'm going to go in with the shade, I think it's City Kitty. So I'm just going in with a Haku Hodo brush. This is a B5521. Fancy, fancy. I can be fancy on the odd occasion. So yeah, you want to tap some off because it does deposit a lot, like a lot more than I expected. I just kind of contour right next to the ear. It just gives a little bit more of a look, but I don't bring it down because it makes me look crazy. And I don't really want to look that crazy. So it just kind of shapes the face. Also going to just shape my forehead a little bit because it's, especially when I've got my hair up, it just looks a bit forehead. So yeah, it does add a bit of color and it does blend really nicely. It does deposit a bit of color, so you just want to pick up a little bit or tap off excess or whatever. But I think it's a nice sort of, maybe I'll go in with the darker one as well. Should I try it? I'll try it. Now I'm really bad at contouring like, oh Jesus. So I'm really bad at like contouring like an obvious contour. So I do prefer just a bronzer that you can just kind of blend really easily just to kind of give your face some shape. But yeah, if you're a keen contourer, this one is probably the shade for you, but I'm going to try to blend it out so I don't look too nutso. So yeah, I don't know if my face looks contoured, but that's how I kind of use my contour. I don't tend to like crazy contouring. But what I am actually going to try, I've got an Ecotools big fluffy brush. This is a full powder brush. It's a massive brush. It's very, very soft, very gorgeous. And I'm actually going to try to bronze with this guy here. This is that shimmery one. One thing I do like about this is the pan sizes are big enough to even get a big brush to like target one pan, which is really good. I hate the really small pans where you're like, how is my brush going to fit in that without picking up like other colors? So this one, that one can. Now I'm just going to sort of dust that a little bit for some like glow and just to warm up my face a little bit. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's definitely added. You can see on the side that I've got some bronze coloring, but it kind of catches a light. So that gives you just like a healthy glow. Yeah, so that's what I kind of do, especially now that winter's over and I've been quite pale. Instead of looking like just a ghost face, I like to go over with an all over bronzer, like either a really not very pigmented matte one or one with a bit of a sheen like that, just to give like a healthy glow to the skin and make it look like there's more dimension and I'm not super sick. So I tend to do that a lot, and then I might go in with the same product and just put a little bit more near the cheeks. But yeah, that's actually a nice color. It gives a really, really pretty glow. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, highlighter time. Shit. Oh my God, we nearly forgot. Okay, I've just wiped off that Hakuhodo brush and I'm going to go in with a highlighter. I'm actually going to try this sort of peachy color. I find that one quite interesting, and this one's gorgeous, this gold, but I think I need more of a tan to make that work. I want to try this one. Okay, we're ready. We're ready. Why do I have fluff in my hair? Get out, fluff. Go away. So that actually complements the blush really well because it almost has the same color sheen as the blush. So if you've got the blush and you sort of just want to ramp up that kind of glowiness on the cheekbones, but you want it to be the same kind of coloring, that peachy shade does that. It's beautiful, and I've just put that on really lightly because I don't want heaps of highlighter. I don't like that kind of strip of highlighter these days. But yeah, that's gorgeous, and it just melds into the blush because the sheen is sort of the same color, which is really pretty. So there you go, there's a highlighter. Doesn't emphasize pores. It is a little bit a tiny bit sparkly, same as the blush. So if you don't like a micro sparkle, if you prefer it to just be like a wet finish kind of sheen or a metallic sheen, this one does have a bit of sparkle in it, but I think it's gorgeous. I don't know about you, I think it's gorgeous. And then later I get to take it off with this guy. So I'll probably let you guys know in my favorites, fails and recap of September what I think of that cleanser, because I will probably talk about this collection. I've got no doubt that I'll be talking about it. Alright, so on first impressions, I'm actually pleasantly surprised by these. I like them all, and they all sort of work for the makeup that I like to do. This palette to me is my everyday sort of work to going out palette. If I wasn't a YouTuber that likes to try new palettes all the time, and if I just wanted one palette that I could get a variety of looks out of that kind of suits my coloring, suits my brown eyes, this would be a palette that I would really, really reach for and probably hit pan on, because the kind of transition colors are gorgeous. The highlighter colors are gorgeous. This satin one looks really nice. It's so smooth and buttery as well. I should have used that. Oh, gorgeous. So yeah, they're just really easy to use. I will probably be wearing this a lot when I'm going to work and I just want to put something on and I know that it blends out really easily. This kind of color there, that got like that beautiful one that I put all over the lid, is sort of like a color that I always reach for. So I love that, and then I'll blend it out with another color and I'm literally good to go to work. So this is a very, very simple, easy to use palette. I find that it does have a little bit of fallout if you don't like tap off your brush, and that is just because the nature of the products, they're quite soft, but that softness means they're really easy to blend. So I hate spending 5 minutes blending an eyeshadow. I just can't be bothered. I don't have that time. So these are really, really great, and I love them. I think they're really nice. And they don't blend away to nothing, which I have things like Becca eyeshadows that look gorgeous, apply really nicely, and then start blending. You're like, oh, it blends like a dream, until you realize that it blends away to nothing. And you're like, where did the color go? These deposit color, but you can blend out the color really nicely. And you probably saw that I put it straight onto primer. I didn't set my primer, so the fact that it blended so easily says that the quality is really, really nice. So I do really like this. I do think that possibly if I had a choice in this, I would have probably taken out one of these because they look quite similar. And I would have added in kind of cream matte shade. But besides that, I think these are gorgeous. I haven't used them all, but I've used half of the palette, and I can tell you, first impressions, I like it. So I don't know yet how they wear as well throughout the day, but I will do probably an update on these products in, like I said, in my September favorites, fails, and recaps. Okay, onto this little blush here. It's not little, it's huge. I actually am really digging it. This is sort of like my trick to like healthy looking skin. Like I said, I use really kind of like budge proof matte foundation and base products, and I like to use something like this just to give my face a bit of a lift and a bit of a glow. So I'm really happy about this. It is a bit powdery, but I think it's gorgeous. It gives a nice flush without it being like clown cheeks, but it does have like a micro sparkle in it. So if you don't like a gold glitter, you probably won't like this, but I'm sure I'm going to be wearing this a lot in the warmer months, and people are going to be like, I love your blush, what is it? Or I love your highlighter, what is it? And I'm going to be like, it's just this. So I can already see myself working this into my daily routine. I'm just bummed that I haven't finished a blush in a project pan because I'm still trying to use that, but this is much nicer. Then we got the contour kit, the Glow and Bronze Kit, or the Strobe and Bronze Kit. And like I said, I've only used a couple of these shades. Well, I've used all of those shades. My first impressions, my favorite is actually this guy here, the one with the sheen. I think with a big sort of brush like this, you can get a really nice healthy glow. Like I've added some color to my skin that I didn't have before. And once again, that kind of sheen that's not a sparkle, it's just a sheen. It gives a healthy glow. And if you do have like oily skin like me and you like to really mattify your skin, this is a way to trick people into thinking you've got glowy, beautiful skin without having to use a dewy foundation. So I actually would prefer to, like, I would love to have that in a big pan alongside the blush because I think this is really cool. This is deceptively dark, so if you do like a really kind of chiseled contour, that one's a good one to have. And the highlighters are pretty. I've only used one, but once again, this one's a bit of a micro sparkle, so if you don't like that, but it doesn't emphasize pores and it gives it like a beautiful glowy kind of look. So alright guys, that's my first impression of these guys here. It's the collab with Pixi and other social media influencers. It's actually called Pixi Pretties, hashtag Pixi Pretties. So that's sort of like the collection. If you did want to try any of these, they are now easily available in Australia in David Jones, or if you've got a Sephora, they're in Sephora, and they've been out for a little while. I think they are limited edition, but they're not like, once they sell out, they're gone. They've been out for quite a while, so if you did want to pick up one of these, you definitely can. Support your favorite influencer if they have a collab here. But I just think they're really nice products. I think they're good. They're not like the most pigmented in the world or the most, you know, bright colored in the world, but they're very, very, very practical, easy to work into your daily routine. And like I said, if I didn't have drawers full of makeup and I was just a basic makeup user, these would get I'd get a lot of use out of these, and I will try to get a lot of use out of them because they're quite nice. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like these sort of get ready with me, trying new products and first impressions, let me know and I can definitely do more of them. Let me know if you've tried these as well and what you think of them, and I will leave links and all details in the description box as per usual. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.